Hello there, and welcome to Using Stata. I'm your host, John Harvey. I hope you'll be following along with me in Chapter 1 of 7th edition of Studiment so that you can see how to use the Stata software program. I shall now be retiring to my seat to, let's see, that would be your left, my right, to bring up on the screen the Stata program to show you how it works. All right, let's see here. I'm going to turn it off because I'd already had it up and was checking it out. Okay, so this is the software that you should have received from Texas Christian University and installed on your computer. I don't know if there are differences between this and the Mac version, but this is the PC version. Now, let's see, where is it installed? I don't know where it is, so I'm just going to search for it here, Stata. And when you start Stata, it's not doing it to me right now, but it often comes up with check for updates, question mark, and I assume, yes, one checks for updates. There's no reason not to do that. Now, if you turn to page 30 in Chapter 1 and follow along with me here, I'm going to make sure you can get going in using this. And I was going to tell you about something else, but I'm going to hold off on that. There's a whole little book thing that comes along with this, but that you have available. But let's just do this first. Don't jump ahead, John. All right. Then also runs in a Mac and a PC. Looks almost the same. Okay, there are 5 windows. All right. The bottom center window, it says here, is the command window. So, and it's going to be down here. It literally has the word command right there, okay? So if you're looking on your computer right now, going back and forth and pausing this and having a look, then there's the word command. That's where you're going to type in commands for the software package to do various things. Let's see, what else have I got here in terms of where things are in Windows? Oh yeah, okay. It says to open up a data set. All right, now I do need to show you where this is. And it's here in the homework. Yeah, follow along with me here. We're going to open up a data set. I'm going to go to Google. I'm just going to type the, oh, well actually, no, I'm not going to do that, John. Let me show you econometrics, homework. Ooh, look, homework key. Wouldn't you like to have that? Actually, some people in the past did have that. They ended up getting an academic misconduct letter sent. Now, let's see, homework summer 2020. All right, so this is what I've got for your homework page. Let me zoom in a bit here for you. Margin width, okay. And it's a little introduction to the homework. Then, right here, it says you will find data sets in a great document called Using Stata on this page. So presumably if you're watching this video, then I've already made available to you this document. So just either click on that link right there or copy it and paste it into the address window. I'm going to copy and paste. And let me show you what you find. Melanie's talking to some friends on a Zoom happy hour, so she may be loud now and then. All right. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Check it out. First thing, download data sets for each chapter in ASCII, eViews, Excel, and Stata formats. Just do it in the Stata format. That's the easiest way for you. eViews is actually a different econometric program. Now, let me step over here and let the dog in since he's insisting. Come on, you can learn about Stata too. Come on. All right. Now, as you would guess, you're going to click on the Chapter 1. So it's going to be a very important page for you right here, where you have access to all the data sets. What I did myself was I just clicked on Download All Data Sets. I just got them all down at once. But let's just do this here. Chapter 1, Stata. And look, it's downloading it down here in the bottom left. Voila. I'm going to click on that. And then it is, I'm going to back up a little bit actually towards the zip file. Okay, there's the zip file. And I'm going to right click. Oops, it doesn't realize it's a zip file yet. Hang on. Oh, why am I looking up there? I can look here. All right. Extract all, okay? So extract all. So I'm going to choose, be sure, you guys are pretty savvy, I'm sure. about all this sort of thing. But be sure you know where you're saving it, because that ends up being a problem if you don't. I'm not going to save it here in the downloads. I'm going to browse and find. Now he wants back out. I guess I should just leave that door open. Homework, and I'm going to put it in chapter. There you go, you idiot. All right. I'm going to put it in a subdirectory. I'm going to call, I'll just drop it in there actually. Okay, extract. All right, here it is. So I went and found it. Okay, all right. So going back to the book, this is on page 32. He has spent 30 and 31, and actually I think this was written by somebody else. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, it's written by John Perry at Centre College. But here at the top of page 32, he says, with Stata open, we should move along and open a data set. And so he says we would have had in section 1.4, this is the top of 32, a data set from Magic Hill Amusement Park called HTWT. And there's a couple of ways you can open this. One is you can just double click right here and it's going to know to open it in Stata. Let me do that once. Ta-da! If you look, over here under command, it knows that what it was. It said use this data set. It says use, then it has in quotation marks C:user J Harvey. That's the address of where it found the data, where I double clicked just now. And then any command that you have done, and you didn't have to type this one, we just double clicked and it sort of did it automatically. But any command you've done, it lists up here in order, which is handy because you can go back and click on it if you want to do something, one of these things again. Over here on the right, you've got variable name X. What's the label? X. Variable name Y. What label do they use? Y. And down here on the bottom right, file name HTWT1DTA, 2 variables, 20 observations, all this kind of crap over there. All right. So, or let me close that. And by the way, you can have multiple versions of Stata open at the same time. Let me do this by Stata. I'm going to do file, open, and then I'm going to go look for it. Let's see. You can do that instead if you want to. Obviously, it's in many respects easier to find the homework data set and double click on that, and then it automatically opens Stata, because it's just like double clicking on a Word document. It knows it ought to be opened up in Word. All right. So, and let's see what all he says here. I think I've probably pretty much covered everything he was about to say. Yep. Okay, at the top right, you'll see you have 2 variables. Okay, all right, we're going to do a regression. This is going to replicate the equation 1.19 in this chapter. And so, check this out. Look at the command line. I'm going to write reg yx yx. All right, now let me go over here and look on my monitor and see if that's sufficiently large for you to see. Yeah, you should be able to see that. I have reg space y space x. All right, now I'm going to tell you what that says. You can write the word regression if you want to. We don't have to. You can just do reg as an abbreviation. And then you're saying I want to run a regression where y is the dependent variable, the variable being explained. And anything that comes after that, we've only got one variable here, but anything that comes after that is going to be the list of independent variables. It automatically assumes you want an intercept. You have to do a special command to tell it don't, or you have to do a special command to force the intercept to be 0. And I don't believe we will ever do that, because as you'll see in the later chapters, we'll find out that it's a really bad idea. But nevertheless, reg y, now, oh, and I gotta tell you this, and this is a pain. It is case sensitive, which means that you could not do lowercase y, lowercase x, because these are in here as uppercase y, uppercase x. And man, even when you've been using this for a while, you'll be typing away and totally forget, oh crap, it's case sensitive and it's not going to run it now. All right, so I've got reg space y space x, enter, voila, as they say in France when they run a regression. We now have the results. And it says to compare this, of course, to equation 1.19. Let me go back and show you 1.19. 1.18. 1 point. Oh, that's funny. 1.2. Oh, there it is. I got it. All right. It says here in the book that the equation for that, because they'd already run it, and I'm assuming you've read this chapter before you do this, estimated weight, which was y, is equal to 103.4 plus 6.38 times height. Well, let's see if we got that. You look under the coefficient column. Coefficient for the constant. That's what this means right here. COEF is the coefficient. And then this underlined CONS, that means the constant, 103.3971 for the constant. What did we get, or what did he get originally? He got 103.4. So that's the same thing, 103.39. For the coefficient on the x variable, 6.377. And 6.38. So there it is. So that is basically, we're going to be doing tons of this over the semester. So far, you only need to know these two numbers right here. We're going to end up finding these two here really important and this one here really important. Although quite honestly, on that particular set of data, we don't really need much more than that. So now you've run your first regression. And by the way, that puts you ahead of me after having taken every econometrics program my graduate program had to offer, including all the ones that you would take if you were going to do a field in econometrics. All we did was matrix algebra and calculus. We never ran a single regression. Now let's see, what else does he want you to do here in the chapter? You should see something like this. Yep, that's it. All right. So that is the first introduction to Stata here in chapter 1. Now let me show you something else. I alluded to this earlier. And now I'm going to do more than allude to it. I'm going to show you. Right here is that link I told you to go to get the data. Well, there's more than just the data there. Control C, Control V. All right, here's where I went a second ago to get to download the data. Well, let's go down the page a little bit. Download Using Stata, a practical guide. Man, this sucker is awesome. All right, I'm going to click on that, and you can download the whole document, or you can download individual chapters at a time. And here's the deal. For the most part, this doesn't fit entirely. For the most part, what they have covered in chapter 1 of Using Stata is the stuff you need for chapter 1 in the book. This isn't a separate document. This was written by the people who were putting this book together. In chapter 2, it's going to have things you need for chapter 2. So let me click on that real quick just to give you an example. Chapter 2. All right, it downloaded it there. I'm going to click and open it. They're all in Word. And they're showing you here how to run a regression with, now check this out. Actually, I could zoom that in a little bit, couldn't I? Or I could expand this, and I'll do that real quick. There we go. Let's take the financial aid model from section 2.2 in Using Econometrics. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for this not being a totally separate document, but one that is actually integrated with the textbook. This is a fantastic book. And it says, it's on page 43. Let's see if that's right or if they've changed editions on us here. No, there it is. There it is. All right. So look, not only, and I'll go over these chapter by chapter, but not only do we have them showing you how to use the econometrics program, but they're linking it directly to examples in the book so that you can make sure with the highest level of confidence you can reasonably have that you're doing this stuff right, because you can look at the book and say, did I get the same thing the book got? All right, so it's the very same regression. And the data set is available online. Well, you already know where to get that. You know to be able to go back to this web page here and go back to that starting web page, download data. Stata, and I'm just going to show you what's in here. There it is. I don't know if you can read it, but FINAID 2. All All right, so that's the financial aid example. That's the data for the financial aid. So it tells you where to go get the data. And by the way, and this, I didn't realize they were doing this at first. College 2, FinAid 2, MozCon 2. You know what the 2's for? Chapter 2. So for every data set, they have at the end the number for what chapter it's in. All right. So again, they've really done a fantastic job on this book and did a nice job in making this as little confusion and as possible for the student, and so that's really well done. All right, so that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to how to use Stata, and I will be updating what things you need to do in Stata as we go over the various homework assignments. But man, get that using Stata thing. It's really handy. And goodbye.